Third episode begins. Simon, Claire, and Nicole looking for signs that Janet is alive at the old house. They find Janet's grave, and Simon takes it as proof that Janet was there. Claire continues to deny Simon's theory, but Nicole is starting to believe him. Xavier arrives and shares that he talked to the police and no one died in the fire. Meanwhile, Maddie's mom is still looking for her daughter and is at the morgue to identify a body. On the other hand, Janet drops by a supermarket to buy some supplies and clean up. Unfortunately, she misplaces her bag that contains her money. Janet pretends to be one of the students reporting for their first semester at the local university and hitchhikes a ride with two girls. The girls invite her to a party, and Maddie turns them down. At the school, Quinn makes a murder board, and Maddie tries to catch up with everyone on what they know so far. Everyone has theories about what happened between Janet and Mr. Martin. However, Rhonda is not sure if anything they are saying is true. She's more interested in finding Janet's death memorabilia. In the world of the living, Xavier tries to convince Simon to let him talk to Maddie. At Nicole's house, Claire runs into Nicole's hot brother, Diego. Diego is a university student temporarily at home to clean up. He goes back to school and spots Maddie walking along the hallways. Elsewhere, Maddie's mom runs into Mr. Anderson at the a meeting. After the meeting, they get to talking, and Mr. Anderson realizes that Sandra has been getting alerts for dead bodies. He encourages her to stop torturing herself, and they clear the air between them. Later that day, Nicole puts licorice in Maddie's locker after reading a post about it on the online forum. She then talks to Claire and is surprised that the latter quit cheerleading. The two talk about Simon's theory. During lunch, Maddie corners Simon to find out what he found. Simon worries about telling Maddie he failed. Maddie gets spooked when Simon tells her that Janet committed arson. Meanwhile, Nicole texts him to inform him that Diego saw Maddie at his school. The group rushes to the university, and Claire comes up with an innovative way to track Janet down. They find pictures of Maddie at a party and gate crash it. Simon gets drunk, while Nicole and Claire separately spot Janet at different intervals. Back at school, Maddie tries to get the group to do a memory exercise. She wants them to remember the last day they saw Janet before she ascended. The gang starts recalling Janet's 17th birthday party that Mr. Martin threw for her. It seemed like Janet was anxious about talking to the group about something, but never really got a chance. Rhonda shares that she saw Mr. Martin and Janet fighting over her gift. It turns out Janet wanted to return everyone's death memorabilia as her gift to them. Rhonda thinks that Mr. Martin betrayed Janet, and that is why they fought. The fight triggered Rhonda, and she left before she could hear more. Rhonda thinks that Mr. Marin silenced Janet when she defied him. The gang realizes that Janet was about to tell them the truth when Mr. Martin locked her up. The memory serves to further agonize Rhonda, who feels she should have done more to protect Janet. At the party, Janet tries to steal money and clothes from the dorm rooms. She is caught, and someone realizes the alarm. Nicole sees her and tries to make her way toward Janet. However, the campus security team shows up, and people start to quickly disperse. Nicole loses Janet, but Claire runs into her outside. She slowly approaches her and assures her that she is safe, and it is okay to return home. Unfortunately, Claire gets distracted, and Janet uses this opportunity to disappear. Simon loses it and shares with Xavier that he is worried he let Maddie down again. However, he still makes Nicole feel better and hopeful about everything. To help Simon, Xavier offers to be there when he talks to Maddie. At the school, Rhonda goes MIA and takes her Berkeley acceptance letter. Maddie starts feeling bad for pushing Rhonda too far. As they talk, they realize their death memorabilia is the key. However, what exactly does it open? The scene cuts to Rhonda holding her Berkeley acceptance letter and retracing her steps to where she died. A red light starts to glimmer, and Rhonda opens the door. It turns out it is a nightmare, with her reliving her trauma repeatedly. Thankfully, she manages to open the door and get out. The episode ends with Sandra getting out of the taxi, deleting the app alert, and then seeing Janet waiting in the shadows. Thinking Janet is her daughter, Maddie, Sandra rushes to embrace her.